Okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming for my talk today. So I'm Shelvia, and I'm a software developer at ThoughtWorks. But I'm here today to share with you more on TechLadies Mentorship Program 2020, in which I was one of the organizing committee member. And yeah, today I'll be sharing with you our success stories and the lessons learned that we have learned from this organizing this program. So for those of you who don't know TechLadies, so TechLadies was founded by our founder, Elisha Tan. I believe she spoke here today earlier as well. And she founded this in 2016. And the vision is to increase participation and create equal opportunities for women in the tech industry. As we all know, tech industry is still predominantly male, and hence we create this. We want this community to be able to provide that support and network for women in tech. So far, we have 3 chapters in Singapore, Penang, Ho Chi Minh, and all these 3 chapters. In these 3 cities, we organize boot camps, trainings, tech talks, and sharing sessions as well. And then so far, we have about 4,000 community members across Asia Pacific, and we have about 500 women that we have taught through our various programs. So I'd like to start with discussing on why mentorship is beneficial, right? And why mentorship is effective when we are talking about supporting women in tech. So this is actually our second edition of TechLadies mentorship program. After the pilot that we did last year, we do see the tremendous impact and benefits for our community. So it helps in terms of getting the women adapting to the culture in tech industry. And then we also see that mentorship actually provides that beyond the technical skills. So we do see coaching in terms of leadership and communications as well. And mentorship do provide a platform for networking, especially for women in tech. And it also helps overcoming imposter syndrome that I think happens a lot, especially for people who are just starting out in tech industry, right? So what is the TechLadies Mentorship Program 2020, right? So this program runs for about 3 months, and it was run between about June to September. And the format is one-on-one mentorship, and it is fully virtual. It was not intended to be virtual at first, but because of the conditions, we have to make everything virtual. And we have about 23 pairs, meaning 23 mentors and mentees from 4 different countries. And again, this is also possible to have participants from outside of Singapore because the format is virtual. So we do have a mentor from Hong Kong, Philippines, and we have mentees from Australia as well. So we regard this program as successful based on the feedback that we receive from our participants. So we receive about like 75% of them saying, rating 9 and above over 10 for this program. And then we do see feedback from mentees saying that, they actually learn a lot from this program. And that's the fact that they get to be mentored by an industry expert. And then this program also provide a platform for them to make friends, to get to know people who are in the same line of work. And even the mentors also said that this is a good learning opportunity for them in terms of practicing their coaching skills and providing guidance to other tech person in the industry. So with that, I would like to share with you what we did to make this program successful, right? So I have sort of identified 5 major aspects that I feel makes this program successful. So firstly, it is well targeted, and then it is structured and yet flexible, and we go beyond technical coaching. And we also do have very capable mentors, and we keep constant communications throughout the program with our participants. And since this is virtual, it is that is become a key in the success of this program. So With regards to like targeting the right people, right? So again, this is extremely important because the our community, the women in tech in our community is very diverse in terms of the roles and the roles that they play, the stages they are in their career, and in terms of their profiles as well. So we conducted before the start of the program, we conducted a poll in our Facebook group where we can reach most of our community members. And based on the polls, we see that actually there are 5 major roles that currently the community members are focusing on, right? Whether they are progressing in these roles or they are thinking of going into these roles. So the 5 roles are software engineering, product management, UI UX design, data science, and data analytics. And based on these polls also, we do see a wide range of profiles from the people who are keen in taking up the mentorship. So we identified there are early career professionals among the community members, meaning to say that these are the people who are already in the role for about 1 or 2 years and are looking to advance their career better. And then we have our profiles with fresh grads as well, and meaning to say these are people who are about to graduate from a university, or they are already graduated and looking out for their first tech jobs, right? So and then we also have mid-career switchers that we see in our community members. So these are people who have worked in other non-tech roles and are looking into jumping into a technical role. Okay, so with that, all of the information, we actually do take all of this into considerations when we think about our designs of our program, right? Okay, moving on, the next feature that we feel is critical that makes this program successful is the fact that it is structured yet flexible. Why is it important that it has to be structured, right? If you think about like mentorship is essentially a personal relationship between a mentor and a mentee. And the nature of this relationship is basically providing customized sharing and learning from the mentor to the mentee based on the mentee's interests and aspirations. But then with this nature of mentorship that is a bit open-ended as compared to like say other programs like boot camps. It is pretty easy to go into to be off track, right? For the when they go through these 3 months. So we feel that as program managers, we need to provide that structure so that they can, both the mentors and mentees, have a framework to work on to build on their mentorship. And then it is at the same time, it is also important for the program to be flexible because again, as I mentioned earlier, the profiles that we have and the backgrounds of the participants that we have are pretty diverse. So we need to be able to cater to different aspirations and different level of commitment that people can put into this program. So in that sense, we have to keep it open so that everyone, regardless of their background, regardless of where they are right now in their career, can benefit out of this mentorship program. So with that said, how do we provide structure to this program, right? So the first thing that we did was to set a mandatory requirement of the frequency of the session. So we made it compulsory that a mentor and mentee has to have the session once in every 2 weeks. But then again, it is open for them to increase this frequency when they seem fit. And then we also introduced this final project component where it acts as an end goal for this mentorship, deliverable for the mentee to submit to us, right? So this final project, the mentees have to present and submit it to us at the end of the program, and then they have to share it with the rest of the participants. So this final project sort of creates that structure, right, for both the mentors and mentees as they're talking points as a framework for them to work on what the progress can look like within that 3 months. And then it is also can be used for the mentees at the end of the program to be part of their portfolio, or for them to use for something that is meaningful, right? Such as like to increase like employability and stuff. So yeah, with that, again, it is also flexible in terms of the scope and the format. The mentees are it depends on the mentees on like what kind of project that they want to do, and in what capacity, and how big and how much they want to achieve within these 3 months. So with that, I'll like to share with you the final projects that we have seen at the end of the program from our mentees. So we do see projects that are more technical in this sense. So we see that on the left, the software engineering mentee actually did practice her front-end development skills. And this is basically she did like some coding exercises that she presented to the rest of the mentees, right, to show her learning. And then on the right, we do see a data science mentee who created a predictive model to predict pictures, right? So all of these components, all of these projects are eventually can be used for them as part of their portfolio. Apart from the technical projects, we do see some other formats that are less technical, but still useful as part of their portfolio and enhancing their social media presence. So for this, we see there's one mentee who is writing a Medium article, and then on her journey as a UX designers, and then another software engineering mentee who wrote a technical blog to document her learnings in throughout the 3 months, right? We also see some more interesting format for the final project. Like on the left, we see that the sharing of learning journey by a product management mentee, where she shared what she has done for the 3 months and what she want to do. So this also kind of provides like that motivations to the rest of the mentees that they are in it, they are in this journey together, right? So there are people who are also trying their best to proceed with their career. And then on the right, we see that one mentee actually worked on her resumes that eventually be used to apply for jobs. So at the end of this, we find that our participants feel that these final projects are extremely useful, and it provides that concrete deliverables, right, at the end of the program, that they have achieved something concrete rather than just like something that is floating around, right? So yeah. Next one, we feel that this is critical as well to make the program successful. For that, we look beyond the technical skills. So in today's days and age, like in tech industry especially, there are some strategies that are sort of increasingly becoming a norm to be successful. So for say building personal branding and having a strong LinkedIn profiles, right? So in order for someone to be noticed by tech companies, these things are extremely important nowadays. So we kind of like take that considerations into creating these workshops. So that it is not, we don't only provide that coaching from the mentors, but also this acts as a supplement to that, right? So as you can see, the first two topics that we say that we share was that on personal branding and building LinkedIn profiles, and we actually invited experts who have been working on this, who have been coaching people on these aspects. And the third topic that we discussed was salary negotiation 101, which we invited experienced recruiter and experienced hiring manager and share their opinions on on how to make how to negotiate better, essentially. And this particular topic is extremely important, especially when we are talking about women in tech, is because actually research has shown that women are generally shyer to negotiate, and then and that actually results in a wider gender pay gap, right? So these are the things that essentially complements to the technical coaching that the mentors have provided. And based on the feedback from the mentees, they find that this is extremely useful, and it is pretty hard to find this kind of coaching outside, because it's just not taught enough, right? So yeah, I think they do appreciate this very much. Okay, moving on, another component that makes this program successful is definitely the mentors as well. We do have very experienced mentors who have been, working in the role for about 4 to 20 years of experience. And with that, when we pair the mentor and mentee for this program, we do make sure that we have a compatible and well-matched pairings, right? And that is in terms of their experience, in terms of their relatability towards each other, whether say there is a mentor who is also a mid-career switcher, so we can pair them with a mid-career switcher who wants to go into a tech industry. So with that sense, we make sure that the pairings are compatible and can have productive relationship, right? And then we also have first-time mentors, meaning that they have been working in the role for a while, but they have not mentored someone else before. So with that, we do provide the support of inviting experienced mentors to speak and share with them on their journeys and what to look out for on some of the tips that they can use to make sure that the mentorship is productive, right? And last but not least, another component that makes this successful was definitely the keeping the constant communication with our participants. So with this, since this is a virtual program, so it is extremely important to keep in touch with our participants all the time, right? Checking in with them and stuff. So there are several strategies that we put in place. The first one is having a progress report that the mentees have to submit to us as a progress tracker for the program managers to keep track on. So in this progress report, they have to tell us what they have done for the past 2 weeks and what they have done with their mentors and what kind of next action items that they are working on. So with that, we can make sure that each and every mentees are progressing well. And we also ask for periodical feedback through the communications as well. So we make sure that program managers are always kept in check as well with things that we can improve on. So as we go along, we make sure that everything is in place, right? And we also do regular check-ins with our mentees, especially, and these are through like personal chats and all, to make sure that they are doing well, they are not overwhelmed with the mentorship itself, and to see if there are any supports that we need. With regards to the mentors, we do conduct a session that get all the mentors together in the track so that they can share on the challenges and the issues that they have faced while mentoring. So we do see like less experienced mentors who were not so sure on how to work on a challenge that the mentee has presented. So in that kind of setting, we do provide like a platform for the mentors to share with each other on their learnings and what the tips and how to do things better, right? So with that said, I just want to summarize all these things into various key lessons learned that I have personally see while organizing this. So the first one is to know your participants, right? It is very easy for this program to go off target if we haven't done the polling right at the start, because we didn't even know what kind of roles that the community members are looking for, right, to advance in. So that is extremely important. And the next one is about the final project component is a really good idea, because When we think about mentorship program, it might sound weird that we have this final project that a mentee has to submit, right? But from the feedback that we get from all the participants, both the mentors and mentees find this extremely useful for them to give that structure that I've mentioned earlier. And it does provide that framework for them to work on a thing together. And thirdly, soft skills are as important too. So again, some of the soft skills that we have covered earlier are all things that are not discussed enough, right? Are not taught enough in the industry. So those are the things that I think we really need to, as a community, need to focus on more. And last but not least, constant communication is key. I cannot stress this enough because especially when we are conducting this virtual mentorship program, it is pretty easy to go off rail, to lose touch with our participants, to not know what is going on within with their mentorship, right? So keeping this constant communication is very important, right? So that is all I have to share with the mentorship program. But before I end off this talk, I would like to just thank a few people. So firstly, I would like to thank Elisha as our founder, who has created this amazing platform for women in tech to come together, share, learn, and network. And I would like to also thank my fellow organizing committee members, Choi, Choi, Sechi, and Lillian. And without them, this is not possible. And also, last but not least, would like to thank the mentors and the mentees who have put in the work to make that this program as productive as possible for every one of them. Yeah, okay. That's all for me. Thank you for listening. And yeah, I'd like to take some questions now.
So thank you so much for it. So so we got some questions. So the first question is going to be this. What references do you use to build programs for TechLadies?
We don't really have like a set of references, but I think we believe that we took a lot of feedback from the pilot program that we did last year. So based on so we do see like in terms of the duration, whether it is good enough for 3 months, or is it needs to be longer or shorter, right? So we set that 3 months based on those feedback. And then we also do see like some feedback from the past participants as well on like what they find useful and what they don't really find useful. So we work based on that. And then in terms of like what we did at the end of the day, it was mostly an organic discussions within the organizing team.
Great, thank you. And the second question we got is, how do you determine which technology that needs to be taught? Like technology trends?
Right. So I think for this, if we are talking about mentorship, right? We us as program managers, we don't really set particular technology that needs to be taught. Again, this is pretty much a mentee's focus, right? So it all depends on the mentees to decide on what they want to do with the program, and what kind of technology stack or what kind of technical skills they want to build on. So I don't think I can answer this like in a straightforward manner, because at the end of the day, everyone has their own priorities and capabilities as well. Yeah.
So depends on the participants, right?
Yes.
The
yes.
members.
Yes.
Great. And how do you choose mentors for the program?
Right. Great question. Thank you. So for the program, we kind of set that at the start of before we recruit mentors, we actually set that the mentors need to have a minimum numbers of experience, right? Minimum years of experience in the tech role. So we set that to be 3 to 4 years at the minimum. So with that, we actually make sure that our mentors come in with a certain experience that they can share with someone that is slightly junior, right? So with that, that's kind of like sets the baseline. And then with based on the applicants for the mentors that we have, again, we do see their track records as well, and whether they are, whether they have experience in mentoring. And we also see what is their motivation in joining the mentorship program. We do see like we take in mentors that are extremely motivated to share and learn as well in the program. So with that, we have mentors who are very open-minded, who are very flexible in terms of progressing with their mentorship with their mentees.
Thank you so much. So, like, you prioritize the personality of the mentors as well. Like, if the person likes teaching.
Right. So I guess as a whole program, we do look for a mix of mentors who are experienced and inexperienced, because we also want to encourage the women or mentors who have not yet have that coaching experience as well. So with that, we do have that platform for people to learn and to share with each other. And then in terms of personality, we don't really have like a set of personalities that we look for. We don't really have that metrics, but what we kind of see is that when we talk to them, when we interview them face to face, they are able to share confidently on what they have done in their job, and whether what is basically their motivations to mentor people, right? Yeah.
Thanks. Sounds good. That's really a good cycle of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So we still have a few minutes. So if you wanted to leave some comments or go ahead.
Right. Yeah, I guess me as a woman in tech as well, I think we have seen progress in supporting women in tech, but I think we can also do better, do a lot more providing that support and providing that platform. So I'm very I'm sort of very hopeful to see that a community like TechLadies, and I do know that there are other communities out there who are also trying their best to improve that gender diversity in tech, right? So yeah, I guess I'm really happy to see that we also have this platform to share, for us to share these kind of programs. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for DevRel organizers as well for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. Let's pursue the diversity and inclusion in this community.
Yes. Yeah.
Great. Again, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Today.
Bye bye.
Bye.